All right, here we are. Um, like I used to do, I say welcome everyone. Those who will be watching the replay, welcome. Those who will be able to join me live, I also want to say welcome and thank you for joining me. So, in this live, I have some people have been asking me a lot of questions, and I will not be able to answer every one of the questions I have in my inbox, but I'm going to just come with this answer that I feel like majority of people are asking. And the one of the first question is, how do I equip myself for my purpose? How do I equip myself for my purpose? One of the very best way for you to be able to equip yourself after you have discovered your purpose is actually to go out there and practice. Okay. One of the gifts that I have is storytelling. And it's easier for me to tell story properly today because I have worked with Child Evangelism Fellowship as a volunteer for several years. I remember I joined Child Evangelism Fellowship in 2003, and I served with them at one capacity or the other till I left Nigeria in 2017. At some point, I was running Good News Club for children. And it's amazing that when I got to the United States, the rate at which we operate properly uh, in Oyo State Child Evangelism Fellowship is not the same way actually in the US. I contacted them and I realized that they only provide resources. I couldn't connect with quite a number of, you know, good news club or churches that are operating under them. I really can't find any, at least in all the states that I've lived in. They might be in other states. I wouldn't know. But the truth is, when you are trying to achieve your purpose, one of the first way is to equip yourself. And the best way by which you can equip yourself is for you to practice somewhere. So, say for example, I know that I'm going to be a coach. So, as at 2003, I know I'm going to be teaching people. So, as at 2003, how many years? I decided to volunteer with Child Evangelism Fellowship. And so in the process, I learned the act of storytelling. I learned the act of service. I learned the act of humility, because you can't work with children and not be humble. They will humble you, children and teenagers. So the opportunity to serve in those capacity did what? Empowered me. So if you are going to operate in fulfilling your purpose, then the number one thing is to go out there and serve with the gifts that you already have. And one of the good ways by which you actually learn to serve, or one of the good reasons why you need to learn to serve, is because there are some characters in you that working in the group will actually help you to bring it out so that you can correct them. So when you walk in the group, remember, if some of you were in the choir, in the drama, you realize people fight. Even in church, people fight, people argue. They have series of, challenges, things going on, including the pastor's wife. Sometimes you face things like that. People have arguments. And one of the reasons for that is so that your real character, the Adamic nature, will begin to come out. And when they are coming out, you begin to correct them. And when you are correcting them, because God is convicting you, you're not supposed to talk to that person that way. You should greet that person. Oh, in church, instead of you passing through the back because you are trying to avoid a sister or a brother, you should pass through him and tell him what he has done. Do you know the skill you're learning from there? You're learning networking, because there is no way you will survive in the world market. And that's why I see no reason, when God saved us, the essence of God giving us a purpose is not to use it in the church alone. It's for us to be able to go out there and impact the world. But you know why it's difficult to go out there and impact the world? We have not learned the skill. We are not equipped. So, not until we become intentional about equipping ourselves for the journey, God is not going to release more of those grace. But the more you begin to serve in your little capacity, you begin to learn here and there. You begin to learn from other people. You begin to learn how to act, how to talk, how to behave. Before you know it, you realize that your capacity will be increasing. And then God will begin to give you little platform here, little platform there. Because you see, what you don't deal with, as God is raising you for his own purpose, if you don't deal with those things will come back and haunt you on the journey. And that's why I will always cry about transformation. So it's essential that we invest in transformation, because transformation is the number one equipping power that we need if we are going to function in our purpose. Number one, serve with other people. Number two, learn and begin to change your character as you learn with other people. Number three, become a lifelong learner. So, what do I mean? You have to become intentional about all the skills that you need for your purpose to come out. Say, for example, God wants you to be a singer. God gives you the voice to be anybody can be a singer, but God wants you to be a singer so that you can raise funds to rescue people who are in prison unjustly. So you want to go out there, create music that talk about how injustice are happening all around the world. Then you go to prisons and begin to help and provide the services. But if you want to sing, don't you think you need some voice training? Don't you think you need to understand the pitch, the keys, and all that? Because you need to be able to do it properly and function properly if you are really going to enjoy the process. You won't enjoy the process if you don't get all the skill that you need. So you're not just going to go out there and be singing off key and you expect people to invest in you and be able to get more money for you to fund the vision or the essence of the vision. So that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is to equip yourself by learning every time. You can go to school to learn that. You can learn that from a coach. You can learn that from somebody who teaches the skill. You can learn that even by I paid some years ago, I think I paid maybe $13 to do voice training. What was I doing voice training for? Not really because I want to sing. Of course, I used to sing. I'm an auto singer. I really don't have the capacity for soprano, but I sing, right, in my own way. Now, you won't be able to do that properly without learning few things. So, understanding that my breath work is very essential for me to be able um to sing or to even to speak. is what I learned from my voice training program. So you need to learn something that will empower you for that gift to come out. So if you're not using that gift now, then it's because you haven't really empowered yourself by getting the knowledge that you need. Read books on that. Read, and read. The next thing is you need to have a mentor. Have someone that is teaching you. Have someone that is coaching you. Ride on the wings of people who are out there who are already singing. If that is your field, I'm just using that as an example. So if that's your field, ensure that you use, that avenue of riding on the wings of other people. And you also need to be careful. There are some people that people get connected to them because they want them to be their mentor. Then you realize that they are not mentor. They are actually, are not what you think they are. And people can end up being abused by the so-called mentor. So you guys out there should be careful. Whoever you want to move close to become your mentor on your journey into your purpose fulfillment. That's very essential. The next thing you want to do is to reach out. So, say for example, you have the gift to. I'm still going to use song, so you can put your own there. It's applicable to all field. So let's assume that I am singing. I can make a list. You can make a list of maybe 100, yes, 100 singers, people who are already singing. You can make a list and then you send them a letter and you let them know this is what you want to do, and you ask them if they will be willing to support you, and then you tell them the way you want them to support you and how you want to pay them back. You can tell them some other gifts that you have that you can use to help them. You can tell them you can volunteer for them. So you tell them what you can do for them and what you want them to do for you. Out of the 100, there's every tendency that one of them will respond to your message. And sometimes 10 of them might respond to your message. But how you communicate your message will determine their response. Uh, that's very essential. Okay. Another good way for you to equip yourself is to learn the art of understanding the mind of God for your season. So, for every season in life, God has something for every season. So, if the season have moved past what you refuse to do, and you're still holding on to that season, then you won't be happy. You won't be happy because why? You are holding on to what is gone already. Say, for example, I got here in the United States and I can't find, unless there is one somewhere that I didn't see. But in all the states that I lived in the United States, I didn't find Good News Club where I can go and teach the children. So if I'm still holding on to that, when God is saying, teach my people how to understand their purpose and profit with their purpose, then I'm still holding on to teaching children. That season have gone. And it's not as if it has gone directly. I still use other resources to support children ministry, even though I am not now physically doing it. And I bought this wordless book and put it in my purse. When I have the opportunity, I will evangelize children, maybe in a barbing salon. I've done that quite a number of times. So, or when children are playing, you can just ask their parent, take a permission from their parents, and then just do it. So if I sit on that, God has moved beyond that. So you can't keep sitting on one thing. So understand time, understand season, understand what God is doing at this time so that you can flow with the move of God and you won't be left behind. I think if you walk in those suggestions, you realize that you are equipping yourself for your journey. Take advantage of every opportunity to learn. every opportunity to learn something new about where you are going. I was telling someone, I was giving an example of while when I was processing my papers in the United States, and I need a particular certificate. And guess what? I wrote that I did the training several years before I even became a permanent resident, before I had the course to start working on my papers. Then I just remember I took that course. So I went to my inbox. I went back to the website and I downloaded the certificates of what I've done 3 years ahead. So take advantage of every knowledge that you need for your journey. Every knowledge, just take advantage. I acknowledge every one of you that join us on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Thank you for joining. So take advantage of every opportunity to learn, because the more you learn, the more empowered you become. Your mind will be empowered, your spirit will be empowered. The more you learn something about what you want to do, the more the capacity for you to do that thing and do it well. It's not enough to do it, but you have to learn to do it well. One of the challenges I've seen about, especially people of my age, actually, in doing some of, coming online, teaching and all that, was just simple task of setting up um just setting up your YouTube channel and all that. Because the truth is, if you're learning something or if you're doing something and you want to put it out there, one of the best place to start is YouTube channel. No matter how small the number, no matter what, you if you go to our YouTube channel, you can check the link to our YouTube channel on the bow. I made a video several years ago, maybe like 3 years ago, on how to use your voice for purpose. One of the best way is start on the YouTube. Start talking about it. When people Google something, the number two platform that your information or the answer to your question will come from is video. So why don't you go there? Google owns YouTube. So why don't you just go there and start putting your what you do there? You know, I don't want people to just keep posting pictures, keep posting your personal life on the social media. It's okay if that's what you want to do. But if you're not a celebrity, you really don't need to do that. Honestly, if what you want to be doing, if your skill or your gift is cooking, I tell you, start doing the cooking and be posting it on your YouTube channel. Keep posting it on keep posting it on YouTube channel. Keep learning how you can do it better. The more you do it better, your SEO, your setup, everything, the more you do it, it won't be one day. But at some point, you will keep improving. Just the one you post today, make it better tomorrow. Make it better tomorrow. Make it better tomorrow until it become best. We probably might not reach perfection, but if you wait to be perfect before you launch out into your purpose, you just keep waiting. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is you should heal. You know, there is nothing you want to do that you don't need people. You need people, you need networking. And if what you've been through in the past is still hurting you, it's going to be hard for you to relate to people. And see, the essence of what you went through is to build you for the purpose of God for your life. It's not to destroy you. The devil meant it for destruction, like Joseph said to his brothers. The devil might mean something for destruction, but trust me, God has 1,000, 1,000,000 ways to take you out of all those situations. God has 1,000,000 ways to turn that situation around for your good. God has 1,000,000, countless numbers of ways to make that situation work together for your good. but you have to let go. You have to forgive. You have to move forward. Clarity comes to your mind when you move forward. I just finished the video and I talk about how to unstuck yourself for you to experience a purposeful living. The essence of what God wants to do in your life is the same essence the devil tried to steal from you 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when you were a child, when you don't have the power, when nobody was protecting you, when nobody cares about you, when people think they keep you with somebody who is safe, but they never knew that person is not safe for you to be with. And so what happened? They took advantage of you. And so what happened? You feel like somebody stabbed you in the back. You feel like somebody hurt you. Something wrong happened. But that thing is not meant to destroy you, even though the devil meant it for your destruction. But I tell you, God meant it for your good. So it's eventually going to work together for your good if you let go. But if you don't let go and you hold on to it and you develop anxiety, depression, ADHD, post traumatic stress disorder, and you begin to have series of trouble with your life, with your mind, you are constantly in fight or flight mode and you just want to fight every time. You're just angry every time. You can't experience your purpose that way. You won't be able to. That means you've allowed the devil to win 100%. You've allowed the devil to win because you chose not to let go and just move forward into the purpose that God has for you. So I want you to let go. When you let go, you're taking your power back. That is the essence. When you let go, you will take your power back. You take your strength back, and you move forward into what God really has for you. So that is how you can actually equip yourself for your purpose. Let it go. Be a lifelong learner. Keep a good attitude. Be grateful, and you see things working out for you. Does anybody have any question for me? Let me see. Um, see my brother. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Okay. So thank you, Facebook, thank you, YouTube, thank you, Instagram. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. We will release the video on Wednesday, and we talk about how to unstuck yourself, and experience your God-given purpose. It's so hard. I see people go through a lot. People feel stuck in situations and they never knew how to move forward from there. But I tell you, God has a better plan. And you're going to move forward this season. He just wants you to change little things, little things, little things. And you see things will begin to work. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. God bless you and have a wonderful week. This week shall be beautiful for us. This week shall be a season of favor, a week of abundance, a week of increase, a week of God's appointment for victory, appointment for honor, appointment for solutions in the name of Jesus. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now. Okay.